So this is a beautiful day in so many ways, everybody. You can feel it's springtime. Baseball season is about to begin. Are you ready, Mr. Met? Are you ready, Mrs. Met? The true VIPs are here with us today. And this is also so exciting to be here because when we inaugurated this vaccination center at Citi Field, this was one of the most exciting days in this fight against COVID because you could tell something was happening, something special. Something special was happening here. People were so excited to see Citi Field be part of the vaccination effort. I want to thank the Mets because the Mets really stepped up. From the first moment we said we need your help vaccinating New Yorkers and particularly vaccinating residents of Queens, the Mets were there for us. And they are continuing to keep this vaccination center open, which is going to help thousands and thousands of New Yorkers to get vaccinated and be safe. So a special thanks to the Mets for being part of the community, for caring about the community. And today we celebrate the fact that our city workers, our city employees who have seen us through this fight are going to get vaccinated here. Members of DC 37 AFSCME who have been heroes in the fight against COVID. Absolute heroes. They have been there at the front line every step along the way. And no matter what COVID threw at us, members of DC 37 fought back. And part of why this city is coming back strong is because of their commitment. I want to thank all the members of DC 37 who do so many important things for this city. I also want to thank the folks who played an extraordinary role, and they also have been part of the DC 37 family. So many members of our Test and Trace Corps who have been absolute heroes as well. Test and Trace is one of the reasons why New York City has been able to fight back. And I want to thank the Chief Equity Officer of Test and Trace, Annabelle Palma. Thank you for your leadership. So we're coming back. Every single day you can feel the comeback in New York City. You can feel that's going to be a recovery, and it has to be a recovery for all of us. And that means our city workers getting vaccinated. The people have been our heroes, getting what they need to be safe for their families to be safe. And that's why this special effort here at Citi Field for members of DC 37 is so important. We're bringing our workforce back to serve the people of New York City to make sure this recovery is strong, but we want to keep them safe. And making sure the vaccination effort worked for them was part of it. So we worked with the union. We worked with the union every step of the way to figure out what's the right way to do this. This is going to be one of the key sites. There's going to be sites all over the city able to support our DC 37 members. So everybody, every day feels like a step forward lately. Every day feels like a step in the right direction. This is exciting. Here today we celebrate another step forward, and I want to bring up someone who's been just an absolute extraordinary partner as we fought through these really difficult times. The union movement in this city has proven what a partner it can be to make things happen for the people in New York City. One of the great leaders of the labor movement of New York City, Executive Director, DC 37 AFSCME, Henry Garrido.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everybody. You know, when I first came to this country and to New York, I lived a stone throw away from here, 108th and 37th Avenue. My community, that community was devastated as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, has been devastated and still suffering from, you know, many of its effects. And many of the city workers you see around here that are cleaning the parks, many of whom I saw, you can see the police officers, the civil servants that are here have been the true heroes of this tragedy. And many of them have given their lives to continue to provide services for New Yorkers. And so in honor of those more than 200 DC 37 members who have died from COVID-19, we pledge as a union that we would do everything possible to protect them, to protect their families, to fight to get benefits to those who pass away, but to protect those who are living and continue to provide services. And today, we're very proud to stand here with the mayor. I want to thank the Mets. True fact, even though I live in the Bronx, I am a Mets fan. Okay? That's not an easy thing to say. So when I walk around with my Mets gear, you know, there's always a problem in the supermarket in the Bronx. But I want to get back to the issue of the true heroes of many city workers who are really scared. And as we reopen the city, as we begin to fully reopen the services, it is imperative that they get vaccinated. And so I started myself because as a leader, I did not think it would be fair for me to ask my members to get vaccinated without doing it myself. Yesterday, I had my second shot with the leader of 32BJ. Thank you. You made it. And I feel fine. I feel great. I feel excited. And for the members who are going to be able to vaccinate today, I would say we're excited for them as well. You know, once we became partner with the City of New York, the number of people, city workers, DC 37 members who have been vaccinated has skyrocketed. And we want to make sure that we do that before the reopening of the city agencies as people begin to come back on May 3rd. So thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, the Mets. Thank you for those who partner and provided the services. And we're going to continue to fight for those members that are doing work every single day. 100,000 of them were essential workers, and we're going to continue to make sure that they get protected. Thank you very much.
Now I want you to hear from two elected officials. They have been absolute stalwarts through this crisis, fighting for the members of their community. This is, let's be clear, one of the hardest hit parts of New York City was Central Queens. And the leaders stood up for the community. They made sure that there was masks available, food available, whatever it took. I want to thank them both for that, and especially for fighting for the things we needed to reach people. And that fight in Albany has not always been easy, because we still need to restore our local democracy here in New York City and get Albany to let us make more of the decisions so we can protect our people. But someone who's been fighting for us every day in Albany led the charge to get us the help we need, State Senator Jessica Ramos.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. You know, we're getting closer and closer to Mets opening day, right? Our home opener is just a few week or two away. But by getting everybody vaccinated, we're getting closer to opening day for the rest of the city. And for us to really, hopefully, be able to enjoy the summer and the rest of the year. So I want to thank the mayor. I want to thank DC 37. I want to especially thank Steve Cohen and the Mets for really stepping up here and making these vaccinations possible right here in our district. Look, DC 37 is a very special union. I know that. I worked there for a few years. And their members really are on the front lines as social workers, as cafeteria workers, as the people who clean our hospitals and do so many of the jobs that ordinarily go unnoticed, but actually are the ones that lift up our healthcare, lift up our education, and ensure that our children are taken care of. So thank you to everybody who participated. Let's go Mets.
And in the City Council, fighting to make sure that we had all the tools we needed to fight back COVID and protect people. He's been doing that every day. He's been out in the community, working with people, keeping them safe. Councilmember Francisco Moya.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for all that you've done to help ensure that the most vulnerable of our population are going to get the vaccines, especially right here in the epicenter of what was the pandemic. And I want to thank the leadership of Henry Gadillo and all of the members of DC 37. And special shout out to Henry, who grew up not too far from here, right here in Corona, Queens. He's a Corona boy like myself. And I just have to say that Henry has fought throughout this pandemic to work with the mayor, to work with the city, to ensure that his members, those that were the frontline essential workers are being protected. That's the leadership that we need here in our city. And my brothers and sisters, we are very thankful to have a leader like Henry and to ensure that all of you are able to get access to this vaccine. Quiero darle la gracia al alcalde, a mis colegas en el Senado, a la senadora Ramos y también a Henry Gardillo de DC 37 por hacer esto que se haga una realidad para su membresía. Es tan importante que nosotros estemos aquí en la comunidad dando este tipo de vacunas para la gente que necesita. Les agradezco mucho. And I just have to give a big shout out to Steve Cohen and the Mets organization. Opening day is coming soon. I feel like I'm going to sit in this chair and camp out until opening day. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Everybody, I want you to notice that Francisco Moya is a true fan, and he just represents his true self at all times. He comes here wearing a Barcelona face mask. I'm like, okay, that's honesty. I admire that. Wrong sport, but God bless you. That's cool. All right, here's my final statement. I have a prediction, everyone. So a lot of times the attention in this city goes to another baseball team, and we wish them well too. But here's my prediction. I predict a very big year for the New York Mets. All right? We will see you in October, Mr. and Mrs. Met. Thank you, everybody.
What do you have? What?
This area is volleyball. Yes, it is.
Is it what? The area is what?
This area is volleyball. It's volleyball.